Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Jay from Keeping It Real, your arbiter of gaming news and commentary, hitting you off with a studio production video where you know this is your channel, where all gamers' voices are heard. With your boy Jay, always dropping the word. Keeping them other gaming YouTubers like, what you heard? And where you always know, we always keep it all the way real. So what's up, everybody? I just want to thank everybody for checking out my studio production video today. And man, oh man, you know I gotta do it. It's getting pretty ignorant out there. Now, I wouldn't say it's at its complete and utter fever pitch, but man, it's getting close to getting there. I mean, the Sony fanboys are coming out the woodworks, the PC fanboys are coming out the woodworks. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, it's gonna be all out gaming civil war up in this mug. I mean, in a minute. The X is stirring up quite the ruckus right now. And man, I want to go ahead and dig into this, man. As you guys can see, man, on my headline, that, you know, it's asking the question, should the X look to its, you know, be actually more a competitor to the PC than anything else, man? Is that where it should be focusing its attention? Because let's just keep it real. Hands down, the X at this point, the Pro is not even in the X's league. You know, if you really break it down, it's more comparable to the S. And this is what I've said in the beginning. And you know, if you guys go and check out my earlier videos of what I've been talking about for months now, well before all of this, I seen all this happening, because it was pretty obvious to me that the S was going to hold down the fort for people of that lower tier that, you know, wanted to just have something that was going to upscale to 4K, still give you that, you know, if you had a 4K TV, of course you're going to still see the advantage with the S, because you're still going to get better visuals. Of course, you're still going to get the Ultra 4K Blu-ray player, and you're still going to get HDR. So, and then of course you still get a beautiful, sexy box that is, you know, 40% smaller than the OG Xbox. So, I mean, it was an improvement in every way. And really, you know, a lot of, you know, Sony fanboys was pissed when there was a lot of comparisons between the S and the Pro. But really, just keeping it real, yeah, it's comparable. I mean, the Pro is not a 4K machine. It's really not. And the S isn't either. They both upscale. And the only difference is, yes, the Pro on some games that are not very labor intensive could do 4K, but you got to understand, it doesn't have 4K textures. So just like the S, it's not going to have 4K textures. So really, if you really break it down, it still only upreses, and it uses checkerboarding techniques and other techniques to get to 4K, but it's really not a 4K machine. It's really more or less using other different tactics to get to the pixel count of 4K. Just like the S does when it comes to its upresing. So it's still comparable if you really think about it. And the X at this point is on a completely another different planet than, you know, both the Pro and the S. So that's an interesting prospect that I wanted to dig more into, and also dig into what would the impacts of this be, because we're already seeing early on that, you know, of course, fanboys are flipping out. It's interesting, man, you know, looking at a lot of different YouTubers right now, what's going on in just, you know, the gaming community. It's just, you know, you got a lot of excitement, guys like me who are obviously excited because we know what's up. Then you got guys that are just going to be spreading a lot of hate and, lies and BS, and I mean and then you got everybody in between. I mean, you're always going to have that. But the thing is that what I've been telling people is you have to understand that the X is going to obviously sell very well this holiday season, and I think we're just seeing the beginning. You got to understand, if anyone is thinking that Microsoft is not going to be killing it on marketing. I mean, did you guys see the marketing for Halo Wars 2 with that when they did that marketing about the dealership? I mean, that stuff was genius, man. Like, it was funny. Like, literally, I could watch that over and over again and not really get bored. Like, they have some really smart marketers when it comes to their actual commercials. I mean, they're really good. They're really well done. And it's the type of stuff that you can watch those ads over and over again. And if you don't think stuff like that ain't going to be hitting it out of the park near the X's release, then you better ask somebody. Of course they are. I mean, they got things like Taco Bell. I'm still waiting for Taco Bell to go live, man. I'm serious. Like, I thought it was going to do it on the 22nd. It turns out now it's on the 31st. So, I mean, they got their plans in place, and it's kind of like sit back and just enjoy. And just wait for this X to drop. And the thing is that you think once the X drop and all these games comes out and people are doing comparison, you got to understand, people are going to lose their damn minds when finally, once and for all, console gamers are getting quality like the PC, getting PC quality. I mean, I think that's what stirred up a lot of PC guys and a lot of hate for Sony, is the fact that, it's the real thing of what we've been talking about. You're going to be getting PC quality. Like, I don't think a lot of guys believe that. They just really simply just didn't believe it. And now it's being shown with, Tomb Raider and even in Forza that, dude, the X is literally competition the PC. And at this point, the X has no competitors in the console market. Let's just keep it real. Mind you, it doesn't have a competitor. It keep being compared to the Pro, but really the Pro is not its true competitor. And you gotta just look at it from the standpoint that when it's rivaling the PC, that's when you gotta stop comparing it to the Pro. I mean, of course, it'll still be compared to the Pro when it comes to visuals, and that's fine. Of course, just to show its dominance, but that's gonna be about it. When it comes to an actual competitor, I think it's very clear that from what we've seen from the comparisons of Tomb Raider and even Forza, that the PC is really going to be its only competitor at this point. And what's interesting is about that is Yoshida, man. When they came out talking about that, they don't really think the Xbox is really their competitor. They think PC is actually their competitor. That's what was funny, man, because at that time, you had fanboys like, yeah, Xbox is dead. Xbox is dead. This whole Xbox was done. That was when they were yelling that over Horizon Dawn coming out. Somehow a game coming out means that Xbox is over. It's like, man, these people are so ridiculous. And it tripped me out when you would think, like, the head of Sony coming out talking about that PC is their true competitor. I just couldn't believe how ridiculous and crazy that sound. Like, are you kidding me? With the Pro, like, really, like a console that can't even do really real 4K is not even like, no, that console ain't even nowhere near can be compared to a PC. I mean, just stop. Like, that was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, they actually was a competitor to PC in what? Because you're not a competitor to PC in either visuals or performance. Neither one that you're a real competitor to PC. So I didn't understand how that was a thing that they would even say. So I just thought that was so ridiculous. But the funny thing with that is that actually, they would have never thought that the X would come out and actually be what they were saying, which is the X, a console, being an actual true competitor to the PC. Now, of course, like always, you could always have a PC on, go out there and go spend 2,000, 2,500, whatever you want to spend to get the top notch graphical fidelity and, frame rate and performance. You could always do that. PC is going to always have that ability to do that. But let's just keep it real. Even from Steam themselves, their statistics show that most people ain't on those high-end, freaking incredible, ridiculous rigs. Let's just keep it real. They're just not. Even from a lot of these video card manufacturers, them themselves even admit that a lot of their cards, they'll be lucky if they even sell 100,000 of their cards. That's actually good sales for them. So that tells you just how much that when it comes to these PC Master Race folks, like, okay, you probably account for about 10% of the actual PC demographic. I could tell you easily 60% of the folks that's on PC is on a low to mid-level PC. I can tell you that's proven just in the statistics and the facts of the numbers, man. So you can say what you want, but that's just what it is. And when you have the X coming out and it's actually a competitor to that at a reasonable price, at a price of what just one high-end graphics card would be, just the graphics card alone, you're going to tell me that's not going to be compelling to a lot of people who will be more prone to the PC, or even just compelling to a lot of people who just see that, wow, they just want to play the most best looking and performing games? You don't have to be a hardcore person to want that. Like they act like just ordinary gamers or even just casuals don't want the best. So, somehow, no, I want less than the best. I don't understand it. If it's at a reasonable price, which $500, you can say what you want, that's premium, but it's reasonable for what you're getting, the value of what you're getting. They act like people wouldn't want that. Like, it boggles my mind, man. It's just, the damage control and the ignorant things people say, man, when it's the Xbox. It's different when it's anything else. But when it's Xbox, somehow, it's double standards all day, man. I don't know, man, but I digress. But yeah, man, I think, this has stirred up a lot of, PC hate. A lot of these PC haters, man, they're on it and they ain't happy about it. Sony guys, this is sad, man, because they're just completely marginalized. I mean, let's just keep it real. The Pro at this point is just irrelevant. I've been saying this all along that in my opinion, it was obsolete when the X was announced. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. That it was just obsolete when the X was announced. It was just done. I mean, from that point, it was just completely irrelevant. That's why I never got one. I was like, no, thank you. I'll wait till the PS5 and I'll see what Sony responds and what they do, because it's just irrelevant. Anyone who's thinking that the X should be compared to the Pro, dude, you're retarded. Because there's no comparisons at this point. And the X at this point, moving forward, is going to obviously be more compatible with the PC, and that's what it's going to be compared with over and over and over again. Sooner or later, I believe moving forward, the Pro is just going to become an afterthought. Like, it's already an afterthought to Sony. They don't really talk about it. They've been quiet really about the Pro, about the numbers. They don't even talk about it. They know that it's obsolete. They know. That's why they've been so quiet. That's why at the E3, when they announced it, everything about the Pros has been kind of like, they ain't been pounding their chest on the Pro. Let's just keep it real. And they know they're outclassed and they're underpowered, and they're gonna have to take it for the next 3 years, And I'm hoping it spurs some ingenuity with them and some inspiration and some incentive to actually start doing something for the gamers, because I would like to see some nice things come to my PS4. That would be nice if they, I hope that's how it affects them. because that would be great. But yeah, when it comes to comparisons, man, I think we can safely say without a shadow of a doubt that the X from this point on would be comparable to the PC. And unfortunately, you know, the Pro and even the PS4s is going to become an afterthought. And, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, it's kind of funny, you know, because when it comes to a lot of fanboys, all they can talk about is exclusives right now. They don't really talk about power no more. I mean, that is not even a real conversation. That's when you know the dudes are marginalized, because, and they're just irrelevant, because all they spoke about was power years ago. It was just about power. Oh, look at it. You know, they pounded their chest. Now it's just like, oh, exclusives though. You gotta. It's just so funny seeing it, man. It's just like, you just gotta laugh, man. And anybody trying to tout that, oh, we don't have no exclusives, you know, even on some of these forums I'm seeing Xbox has no exclusives. It's like, okay, hello, you know, they try to get away with just straight up lying. Like, how is even one exclusive no exclusives? Like, okay, it's, you know, because they're talking about this holiday season, like for the rest of this year. You know, we got exclusives coming. Super Lucky Tales, you got Forza, you know, you got games coming out, especially in moving into the next year. Yeah, I'll tell you straight up, we should have more exclusives coming out this year. I would like there to be more. There's not, you know, but it's funny to me that this is really Xbox's first sparse year, and they're acting like for the whole time Xbox has had no I just gotta laugh at that, man, because it's just so funny, man, how things flip. You know, it's completely, I feel like I'm in an alternate universe or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, things are just completely flipped from what they were before, you know, and it's an interesting place to be, you know. You know, I'm just really excited about the fact that, you know, we could finally have a console that has PC quality, so we don't have to be, it scratches that itch I think a lot of us has always had, you know what I mean? Because you got to imagine how many gamers are in that middle ground, or gamers who have a PC and they have a console. Now they don't have to really choose between two. Now they can just have one console that does everything. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna scratch their PC itch when it comes to, you know, graphic fidelity and you know, and great frame rate, and is going to also scratch their itch when it comes to, simplicity. You know what I mean? They're not worried about trying to search the internet to try to find a fix to a game, or, you know what I mean? Oh shit, you know, this is not working properly, and now I gotta go search for a cheaper version of it to, you know, upgrade this or that. It's like, you have to worry about all that. That's all in the past. You know, now they can just enjoy they can spend that time enjoying their games, you know? And I just think this is an incredible time just to be a gamer, man. A lot of, you know, there's some Xbox guys are just, you know, that are gloating and all that. And for me, it ain't about that. It's about just us as gamers, man. This is a win for gamers, because we got a console that's actually going to be pushing the gaming industry forward in a positive way. And it's by a company that actually is pro gamer as opposed to being anti-consumer. You know what I mean? And that's the win for all of us. So at the end of the day, man, yeah, that's my word on that. You know, I want you guys, you know, tell me what you think. Hit me up in the comment box. Tell me what you think, man. Until the next time. This is Jay. I'm always keeping it real, and I'm gone.